Peace and love, family. Did you know that you can use herbal teas to support your female reproductive system? Well, I want to share some of my favorite herbal remedies with you right now. And the first one is by far my favorite herb for female reproduction, and that is red raspberry. Red raspberry leaf are harvested from the leaves, and they are dried out to make an herbal tea. It doesn't have any caffeine in it. It's completely natural. What this tea does when it's prepared and a woman drinks it is it does so much for the body. It tones the uterus. I've had someone ask me, what's the point of having a toned uterus? Like, what's the point of that? But why would you want to have a weak uterus? You know, you want your uterus to be toned and strong. Our uterus is a muscle, and it's also an organ. So it's a very special organ system in the body that serves a very important purpose in our lives. And it does need love and attention. And the red raspberry is definitely a way to nourish your uterus. Our uterus is constantly working, especially during the childbearing age, when it is being filled with a lining every single month. If pregnancy is not achieved, shedding that lining, opening up the cervix. When you're feeling those cramps, what it is your uterus is contracting to help shed that lining. So you see the point of having a very toned uterus. If your uterus is toned and healthy and hydrated, shedding that lining is a lot more easy. You're not going to be, feeling such cramps. But if your uterus is weak, misaligned, if you're dehydrated, it's going to be much more difficult, and you are going to feel those cramps. So to have a cramp-free or minimally painful period, it really does help to take the red raspberry. Another reason why I really love the red raspberry is because it's good for women throughout the whole duration of their life, all the way from puberty on to menopause. Red raspberry is an awesome herb for it all. For the most part, it's not contraindicated for breastfeeding mothers and for pregnant moms. Obviously, for pregnant moms, you're going to want a toned uterus. Your uterus is going to contract and push down on the baby and help the baby come through the birth canal. So that's obviously a benefit for having a faster, safer, healthier birth. Another thing is, after the baby is born, your uterus as a muscle has to contract back to its normal size. So of course the breastfeeding helps contract the uterus, but by taking the red raspberry, it's going to promote that uterus getting back to its pre-pregnancy size, right? So that's another awesome thing. Another great thing about having a toned uterus is helping maintain the health of your pelvic floor, and that becomes more important as we age and get older. Of course, we want to be doing our Kegels. In fact, I'm Kegling right now. We want to be doing our Kegels all throughout the day. Lately, I've just been remembering, but in the past, I have used stoplights as a reminder to do Kegels. I've used my phone ringing as a way to remember doing Kegels. I even have some little stickers. Let me see if I can find them. No. Sorry, I can't find it. I have some little stickers that say Kegel that I can put, out around about the house. So whatever it takes, but it's all, and I say this all the time, it's all about mind, body, spirit. It's all about, the physical house and the mental house and the nutrition, everything coming together to support one another. So while you're doing your Kegels, the red raspberry is going to back that up. It's going to make them more effective because you're toning that whole pelvic floor. And that becomes important for every woman, just in maintaining sexual satisfaction, with preparing for childbirth, having your childbirth go faster, easier, having more effective pushing, healing after childbirth, and maintaining your pelvic floor as you get older. You may have heard of conditions by like prolapse uterus, where the uterus is literally sort of falling out of the vagina. Not a pretty sight, and you definitely don't want to experience that. So what we try to do in our youth is take care of our bodies so that when we do get older, we can enjoy a long and healthy life. And the red raspberry helps support all of your efforts in keeping your pelvic floor healthy. It's also good for breastfeeding moms because it's nutritious. That same contracting motion that it benefits to tone the uterus, it's also, connected with the breast tissues, because those ducts fill down and you have to have that let down reflex in order to get the milk to your baby. So the red raspberry helps support with that. It also is rich in vitamins and minerals to nourish the female body. Red raspberry has been used for centuries and centuries, a trusted herb by midwives and doulas and herbalists alike. It's wonderful. Another herb I want to talk about is nettle. I love nettle because it has properties that are similar to our hemoglobin, so it's very nourishing for the blood. It helps us absorb vitamin K. It also has iron and calcium. All of those are things that women need, especially women of childbearing age. We're losing vitamins and minerals each month that we don't achieve pregnancy. When the lining of the uterus sheds, that is extremely nutrient rich blood that we are losing because our body has prepared to nourish a baby. So we have to be constantly replenishing ourselves with vitamins and minerals, especially iron. Calcium is awesome to help us prevent osteoporosis and other problems with the bones, brittle bones, and problems with the joints as well. So nettle is a really important herb in that sense. If a woman does become pregnant, the volume of her blood increases a great deal. So you want to be sure that the blood is being nourished and all the vitamins and minerals are being put into the body so that the body can produce enough blood to support the pregnancy and the mom while all those different changes are going on internally. So I love nettle for that reason. Also just love all dark green things. What happens is when we drink things and eat things that are dark green leafy vegetables or herbs, what it does is it helps balance our blood. We don't want spikes and plummets in our blood. Really, we want to more or less be like this in terms of eating, here and here. We don't want to be here, because what happens with that roller coaster is it's like a crash and burn. You feel like you're starving, and so then you eat things and you maybe like carbs or sugar, and then you spike up and you're hyper, and then you crash again. Because what that does is it can leave you susceptible to diabetes. And women who are pregnant, they are more susceptible to gestational diabetes. So what the nettle can do is to help support more of a balanced blood pH level and glucose level, as opposed to the spikes and the drops. Another herb that I would like to talk about is dandelion. Dandelion helps nourish the liver, and it helps detox the liver. And the liver is the organ that cleans our blood, among many other functions that the liver has. There is a direct correlation with liver health and endometriosis. Endometriosis is a disorder which by the endometrium, which is the lining of the uterus that naturally occurs during the menstrual cycle. It's when that particular type of tissue is growing on other areas that outside of the uterus. It could be on the ovaries, it could be on the fallopian tubes, it could be on the bowels, it could be on the stomach, it could be somewhere else in the body. It can be extremely painful for women and cause all kinds of problems. It can cause cysts. If it's growing on the ovaries or the fallopian tubes, those cysts could burst and cause major fertility challenges or even infertility in women. So what the dandelion is awesome at doing is helping the liver function, helping clean out the toxins and support the liver in its 100% capacity function. So I have combined all those herbs in the Womb Power Tea Blend. And this Womb Power Tea Blend is awesome for women of women of all stages of life, all the way from puberty to menopause. It is your general wellness herbal tea blend. I love to do another video on how to prepare this, how I prepare this. I just wanted to share some of the benefits of incorporating herbs in your nutrition and daily lifestyle. So until I see you again, definitely check out the website and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks.